Hello, guys. Good morning. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jackie.
We are.
Flames. Look at my hair. This is crazy.
Well, that's one way to start it.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's today?
National Cat
And
Day.
now that we're cat people, we celebrate.
Watch out for my stories today, people. There's some great stuff coming at you.
It's Haji Day. All right, guys. This week, back for another edition of Keep the Flame Alive. Our topic is raising kids. The topic is not about your hair.
It's bad.
The topic is raising kids with shared values and faith. We'll explore what it means to raise children with a strong moral foundation and shared faith at home. We'll dive into how couples can align their core values, live their beliefs in daily life, and handle differences in faith with love and respect. Share personal stories about modeling integrity, compassion, and faith through example, not just words, and reflect on the kind of legacy we hope to leave for our kids. This honest conversation will remind us that raising kids with a purpose isn't about perfection, but about living authentically and keeping God at life.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's a description right there. All right, well, good morning. Who is watching us out there? I know we got at least one person. Drop us some comments, do us a favor, and head over to Master Motivation Podcast on YouTube. You can be watching it live there or live on Facebook, and you can always go back and share the link. So if you have any comments or questions throughout the show, let us know. We'll be happy to answer and chat with you a little bit today. But let's jump in on our first question. So when it comes to raising kids, what core values do we have or do we agree on that are non-negotiable? And how did we decide on them together?
Whew.
Shoot.
Me?
No, I'm kidding. How much did when we were, okay, first of all, let's back up. Before we got married, did you want kids? No. Jackie didn't want kids. Jason wanted kids. But over time, you came around.
I came around.
You came around. And when we had kids, it was like the best thing ever. You're like the best mom, and you love doing all the things for the kids. But my point is, when we were dating, we never really, we talked about kids, and it was mostly meh. Not going to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Deal with it when we got married. We were married, what, 2 years, 3 years?
3 years when she was born. Well, 2 years, yeah.
2 years before Maddie came along. And I don't know that there was like a lot of specific conversation like this is what we're going to do. I think we kind of knew that we had shared values, core beliefs.
We kind of winged it though, too, a little bit. Like,
I mean, a lot of it. Listen,
survival in the beginning because you're trying to stay awake and alive when you don't sleep, and they're yelling in your face, and then they start to grow, and then you start to make those decisions later because you don't really. I love it when people are like, he is the best dad ever. Well, the child is 3 months old. He's just existing. Like, you're a good dad when they get a little older.
Yeah, and when they're a pain in the ass.
Like that.
Core values, though, for me, integrity, like teaching our kids to never, ever lie to us. I'd rather them tell us the harsh truth or tell us things that we don't want to know.
Maddie is a perfect example of that.
Maddie is 100% will tell us everything and anything, even if we don't want to know it. But I think that that's one core value that we share, that we always said, never lie to us.
And integrity, like do what you say and say what, do what you say you're going to do. Don't just,
I mean, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and dominant spirit. Those are core values that I grew up with and like recited over and over and over. And, that bleeds into how we raised our kids. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. Do what you're supposed to do without being reminded. Have discipline.
Courtesy. Don't leave things just little things. Like, don't leave your dishes in the sink. Put them in the dishwasher.
We're still working on that.
No, that works. That happens.
I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes some of our kids don't do the dishwasher emptying enough. That's the problem.
But so again, those 5 like come to mind just because that was something that it was just bred into me over time in training. But also, we'll talk about this a little bit more, and we talked about it in many podcasts, but growing up as far as our faith. You're a cradle Catholic, went to church from birth. I did not have a church life, although I was raised with Christian values. Um, we both wanted our kids to be raised in the church. We both wanted our kids to be baptized and receive all the sacraments. And, um, we always brought them to mass with us. And that was a pretty central point in our life.
Yeah.
And still is.
How do you bring faith into everyday family life? Not just on Sundays, but in the way we talk to each other, make decisions, and treat other people. So how do we bring faith into everyday life?
Yeah. Well, again, since this show is a lot about us and our journey, and most people know about last year and how that affected our life. I think that was a time that really tested our faith as a family greatly. And even Maddie said that she was praying more, she was reading scripture more, she was talking to Jennifer and praying with Jennifer, and so just having that belief and having that faith that everything was going to be okay,
They
that
went
God was looking out for us.
they went to mass together when you weren't there,
Hmm.
remember?
And so, we don't often um, we don't often sit down and have meals together as much as we like, but definitely, on the weekends, and sometimes we've been having our pancake breakfast,
Best pancake maker ever award right here.
and we'll often lead with a prayer. Whoever touches their food first is the one that prays. So that I don't think that we really sit down and read the Bible together. But I think that when there's a challenging or a challenging situation or a struggle, I think we immediately, lean into, well, we have to have faith that God is looking out for us, and whatever is happening to us is not happening to us, it's happening for us, and something good is going to come from it.
And to all of us, I feel like something happens to one of us and we all kind of lean in and support each other really strongly, or we own the challenge together.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's something Christ centered.
yeah.
Okay, well, when our beliefs differ, that's a big one.
When our beliefs differ. So, what happens when you and your spouse don't see eye to eye on matters of faith or spiritual practice? How do you find unity without losing authenticity?
I don't know how couples of different faith do it, just like different politics. I feel like if you don't align, I know it works for people. I can't imagine. I feel like it's an extra challenge that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that we differed in our belief, because we both believe in Jesus Christ. We both believe that He is our Savior. So there was nothing that, well, I believe this and I believe that. And
Yeah.
one thing that I will say, that not growing up Catholic, I didn't totally understand the Holy Trinity, and so like Jesus was always the focus, but I didn't see how it came together. But I wouldn't say that I didn't believe it. I just didn't understand it, and I wasn't educated. And it wasn't until I went through the RCI program and became Catholic after Maddie was born. I wasn't baptized until I was, let's see, how old was I when Maddie was born? 27. So I must
Yes.
have been 28. I wasn't baptized until I was 28. So I learned a lot, and it was actually easier that way because you obviously, being Catholic, you already believed, and you were educated, and that's how you were raised. And so I more or less adopted or um, embraced it more at that time. But still, even as young teenagers, I don't think that we talked about it. We didn't talk about our faith or religion or anything like that. That just because there weren't any differences.
Yeah.
There's a lot of alignment already. So, what can other people do? That's hard for me to even give advice on what you can do. I think that you just have to find the common ground and
respect each other's, if your spouse wants to go to mass or to church or service or whatever,
Mhm.
support them. Take the kids, help the kids get ready, do whatever you have to do to let them go. I think it's, doesn't have to be your thing always.
Well, and I mean, and this has nothing to do with faith or religion, but um, I grew up doing martial arts since I was 10 years old. And when we met, I was obviously very involved in martial arts. And then for other reasons, you decided to do martial arts to, I guess, try to win me over, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Winning. I'm
But
just kidding.
but martial arts was not part of your life.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that you believed in or you bought into or you were like super excited. You just kind of did it because I did it, and eventually it became more of your life, and now it is our livelihood, and it's something that we spend the majority of our time, uh, working in or working on the studio and doing things in the community that benefit the community and our school and our students. Um, but that's one of those areas where we differed.
Yeah.
Looking at like exercise, like you were huge into exercise when we met. And even though I was in martial arts, I didn't go to the gym like at all. I only worked out at the karate school, and I didn't really understand that gym life. And so
Now you do.
I know I wasn't super supportive. As a matter of fact, I think at one time I was like, don't go to the gym. Let's just go out and hang out.
You would
And then,
show up at Gold sometimes and be like, "Do you want to go somewhere?" I'm like,
yeah, let's go out. Let's go to a movie. Let's
Yeah.
something, right? But again, my point is I probably wasn't as supportive as I could or should have been of going to the gym because we could have gone together.
Mhm.
And so going back to how can you support your spouse when you don't maybe see eye to eye? I mean, listen, if you got two different backgrounds, um, you're going to have to embrace both.
Mhm.
That there's going to be a little bit of both. I know we know a lot of couples that maybe different religions, maybe different politics, maybe different ethnic backgrounds, and so they celebrate things differently,
Yeah.
right? And as you raise your child, I mean, think about parents that are Christian and Jewish. Some people celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah.
Yeah.
You would love that because you would get gifts almost the entire month. But anyway, but I think that you just need to embrace it and share it. And what a cool gift that, like, I mean, our kids know one way. If you had more than one way, well, that's kind of cool for the kids to see two different perspectives. So,
Yeah.
a couple more people jumping on, guys. Good morning, and thank you for watching. We're just talking about raising kids with shared values and faith. And so we talked a little bit about our foundation and how we came to teach them certain values. We talked about how we put our faith into action. So, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask or any comments, please let us know. Leading by example, just that alone is something really important to me. Kids often learn more from what we do than what we say. What's one way you intentionally model your faith or values at home?
Oh, this is a good one. This is an easy one for me though.
Totally easy.
Really. I feel it. So one way is we go to mass every week. We take our little selfie outside of church on our way in, even when we're a little bit late. It happens. Um, but we go and our kids see us go, and whether they come with us or not, there's only a couple times that are we push hard for them to be there, but
Easter and Christmas.
Easter and Christmas, Mother's Day,
Non-negotiables. Have to go.
Mother's Day. But it's super, you don't push hard, do you? Yeah, I guess you do. But it's well known that, a lot of teenagers drop out of whatever religion their family's involved in, up until they get married and then have kids. And they more often than not, if they're going to return to the religion, will return to their religion or a religion, maybe even their spouses after they have had children. Because that's when they value it, right? That's when they embrace, Jesus, and they are ready to come back. And um, I just think them seeing our consistency without shoving it down their throats is as valuable as them coming,
Mhm.
more often. And what about, one of ours has been going to mass on their own
Mhm.
every week anyway, which I think is super, super cool. Um,
Well, when we were dating, your parents would, offer to take us out to dinner or go to a play or do whatever. But if it was on Saturday night, we would go to mass first and then we would go. And it was just like the simple invitation because your parents were the same way. They always went, never missed. It was just something consistent. We knew they were going to go. And so, you know, a dinner night comes up or we're going out to a play and it's like, okay, well, we're going to go to mass first and then do that. Like, I think that was that planted the seeds early on for us, or at least for me, on how we were going to do it with our kids. Like,
Yeah.
let's go to, like, Sunday morning, we go to mass and we have breakfast after, and we go to the 7:30 mass, so it's, they're probably sleeping still, but sometimes they'll definitely join us after for breakfast, and they know that we went to mass. And like you said, Maddie started going a little bit more last year, and reading a little bit more. Mason started going with friends to a different church, but still going. And I thought that was really cool. But you're right. It's just like working out. If you're an active parent and you're working out and going to the gym every day, like, it's gonna rub off
Why
at
don't you
some
just
point.
at me?
I don't know
At me.
when. I don't know when, but it's gonna rub off sometime. Um, Eating healthy. When your kids see you eat healthy, they will tend to have better habits.
Yeah.
So, again, they learn more from what we do and what they see than necessarily what we say. And I can tell you that it's really easy when they're young, because there's no option, there's no
Yeah.
choice. But as they become young adults, I mean, they kind of have to find their own way. And the last thing I want to do is say you absolutely have to go, and if you don't go, whatever. I mean, consequences or whatnot. But I don't want it to become this negative thing.
That will drive them away.
Yeah. And to me, I know that there's enough of discussion and enough belief in the home. I know that that is strong and felt. So I'm not worried about that they don't go to mass every single week. It's still part of their life. And I think that, just like you said, when they have kids, that's probably where it's going to come around a little bit more, probably sooner, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will definitely do more of what they see than what you say.
Because they will be getting married in the Catholic Church.
Yes, they will.
I will decide that.
Yes, they will. All right. Building a legacy. So when our kids are grown, what do you hope they'll remember most about faith and values that shaped our family?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's a deep one.
It's a deep one.
Faith and values that we were always faith-based, that always shaped our decision making. When we faced challenges that we went through, you know, we looked to Jesus first, um, and leaned in a little bit more.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, faith and values, the fact that, again, they see us go to church, they know that we are faithful, we know that we're believers, they know all the things.
Yeah.
They believe what we believe. Maddie says, I'll remember. Yes, you will remember that forever. That's a good memory, Maddie. But at least you remember that we were in church when he went. Um, but they're going to remember all the times and all the traditions that go along with it, right? I mean, on Christmas and what we do, and on Easter. Why are you laughing?
Maddie got me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Maddie got you on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
I don't think we're gonna share that story today, but um, they're gonna remember all of the little things that led up to it, because in some homes, they're not decorating early for Christmas. They're not celebrating Easter, and they're not there's just not a lot of that there at all. So I think that they're going to remember that. But I think also too, when you talk about values, they're going to remember that that we did, building a legacy and leading by example. Um, what did we do? What were the things that we did for them and with them? And they're going to take those things, and they're likely, I mean, we already see it in Maddie now, and Mason, right? I mean, Mason's teaching classes and teaching, those core values of courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control,
Yeah.
and all spirit. I mean, he's already doing that. Maddie, her work ethic and involvement in the community, right? Those are things that they've seen since they were very little, and now, without much push, they're already engaging. They're already evolving in their own way. They're already getting involved in their own way. They're doing their own things. They're affecting other people's lives in what they've gained from their faith and their values.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
those things, they rub off. You don't have to be, you don't have to quote scripture every single day to be a faithful person.
Yep.
You don't have to um, you don't have to do all the things that you might think you need to do. It just needs to be in your heart, and you need to share it with other people. And I think that when it's in your heart and you share it with other people, and the way you treat people, that is the example, and that's the legacy that I want to leave for our kids, is how they treat people.
And I think they figured out to put the right circle around them too, right? Of good people, people who treat people well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they learned that from us too, to just let go of the people who are not adding value to your life, into your spiritual life, into your life in general. And that growth, that's part of a growth mindset for them. So I think that's important too.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
We'll
Maddie,
be back next week.
thank you for being our one comment today. But thank you to everybody else that was watching today or will watch. Do us a favor, like, share, and comment wherever you can. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Master Motivation Podcast. I have a cool guest coming up this week. I got Justin Honsinger. You guys will love that one.
It's a big one.
I also have some pretty cool plans tonight. Going to see Mick Foley, the hardcore legend.
Ooh.
Live. Ooh, not something, talking about things that I really love, and we differ in values. Professional wrestling is not something that you value as much as I do.
No, but I'm so happy that you get to go. Honestly, like, I think it's super
I'm
fun
excited.
for you. How fun for you?
Fun for me and Mike. All right. So guys, anyway, well, that's it for today. Keep the flame alive. I don't know, episode 10, something like that. But mwah, love you.
Love you.
See
you next week.
See you next week. All right. Wednesdays, 10 o'clock a.m. ish.
Fun.
We were at 10:01 today, but we'll see you next time, guys. Have a good week.